My name is Anna. I live in a quiet town called Maple Hill. I am 28 years old. My husband's name is Daniel, and he is 30. We have a baby girl. Her name is Emma, and she is 1 year old. She has soft hair and big eyes. When she laughs, it feels like sunshine. When Daniel and I got married 5 years ago, we did not have much. We lived in a small rented room in another family's house. The room had a bed, a small fridge, and a table. It was not our own place, but we were together. That was enough. We talked about our future many times. We wanted to buy a house, a place where we could cook together, raise a family, and grow old. But houses were too expensive in Maple Hill, so we made a simple plan. We said, let's save money. First, we will buy a small house. Later, we can sell it and get a bigger one. Daniel's mother, Mrs. Grace, did not like this plan. She said, "Why wait? Buy a big house now. Don't waste your time on small things." We tried to explain, we don't have enough money. A small house is all we can afford right now. But she didn't agree. "I will help," she said. "You can dream bigger." Then, 2 years ago, I found out I was pregnant. I waited until the evening and told Daniel after dinner. He smiled so wide and hugged me tight. "We are going to be parents," he said. We were happy. We laughed and dreamed about our baby. At that time, we had saved enough money for a small house. We were ready to buy it. But when we told Mrs. Grace, she had a new plan. "Don't buy a small house," she said. "Buy a bigger one. I will give you money. You can ask your parents too. Together you can make it work. You will only need to pay a little each month. It will not be hard." Daniel looked at me. I looked at him. We were not sure. Mrs. Grace smiled and said, "Don't worry. When the baby comes, I will take care of her. You can go back to work. I will be with the baby every day." It sounded perfect. I believed her. I was so thankful. "Thank you so much," I said. We bought a bigger house. It was lovely. It had 3 bedrooms, a little garden with 2 trees, and a warm kitchen with big windows. The baby's room was bright and quiet. I was 7 months pregnant when we moved in. Daniel painted the baby's room light green. He put stars on the wall. He worked hard every day. He wanted everything to be perfect. Then, one morning, I felt pain in my belly. We rushed to the hospital. That night, our baby girl Emma was born. She was small, but healthy. I cried when I held her. She was so tiny, so soft. I kissed her on the forehead and whispered, "I love you." I stayed home with Emma for 3 months. Every day was full of baby bottles, diapers, and lullabies. I didn't sleep much, but I was happy. Then, as she promised, Mrs. Grace came to help. She came every morning at 8 o'clock. I would kiss Emma, say goodbye, and leave for work. Daniel also worked. We both came home in the evening, tired but happy. Mrs. Grace said, Emma slept today. Or, she cried, but I gave her a walk and she calmed down. I thanked her every day. Daniel said, "We are lucky to have her." We paid the bank each month. It was a big payment, but we managed. Daniel and I worked. Mrs. Grace stayed with Emma. We thought we had found the perfect plan. But one morning, everything changed. It was a Monday. I had just packed my lunch and was putting on my coat. Mrs. Grace came in and sat on the sofa. She looked at me and said, "Anna, I need to talk to you." I sat down. "Yes?" She looked serious. "I can't take care of Emma anymore. I am tired." I didn't understand. "What do you mean?" she said. "I want to rest now. I want to live my own life. I have helped enough. I can't stay with Emma every day." My heart dropped. "But you promised," I said. "I did help," she replied. "But now I want to go out, meet my friends, and enjoy my time." I felt like crying. "Emma is just 1 year old. She's too young to go to daycare." She said, "I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore." That night, Daniel and I sat in silence at the table. He said, "What do we do now?" I whispered, "I don't know." I stopped working the next day. I stayed home with Emma. She was happy to have me all day, but I was not happy. I loved my daughter, but I also felt trapped. I missed talking to people. I missed work. I missed myself. Daniel worked long hours. He left at 7 honka and came home at 8 hunquak p. Every evening we ate dinner, played with Emma, and went to bed. We were both tired. We didn't talk much. We just did what we had to do. I called Mrs. Grace one afternoon. "Can you help? Just 1 or 2 days a week?" I asked. She said, "No, I'm busy. I go to the park now. I take painting classes. I want to enjoy my life." I didn't say anything, but inside I felt hurt. Why did she promise if she was going to stop? Why did she make us believe we could handle this? I called my friend Mira. She had a baby boy. I told her everything. She said, "Anna, it is not easy, but you are strong. You will find a way." Her words helped me a little. She said, "Maybe ask Daniel's parents. Maybe they can help." I thought about it. Maybe that was the next step. Before I share the rest of my story, I want to ask you something. Where are you listening from? It gives me strength to know someone is hearing my words, someone who understands. Please tell me in the comments. I would really love to know. That weekend, Daniel and I went to visit his parents. They lived about 30 minutes away from us. Their house was small but cozy. They were always kind to me. We brought lunch with us, chicken sandwiches and apple pie. Emma sat in her little chair and clapped her hands when she saw her grandparents. They smiled and kissed her forehead. After lunch, I looked at Daniel. He gave a small sigh. Then I spoke. "Mom, Dad, I said. We need some help. They looked at me and listened. My mom can't take care of Emma anymore. I had to stop working. It's hard now. Daniel works all day. I stay home with Emma. We are very tired. We don't know what to do. Daniel's mother touched my hand. We love Emma. What kind of help do you need? Even 1 or 2 days a week would help, I said, so I can rest a little, or maybe find a small job from home. They looked at each other. Then Daniel's father said, We are old now. We get tired quickly, but we can come on weekends. We can take care of Emma for a few hours. I smiled. Thank you. That would really help. Daniel smiled too. We felt a little lighter. A small bit of help felt like a big gift. The next few weeks were still hard. I took care of Emma every day. She cried when she was hungry. She laughed when I made funny faces. She pulled my hair when I tried to rest. I loved her so much, but I was always tired. Daniel left for work early and came home late. I missed him. We had little time to talk. Most nights we were too tired to say much. We ate, played with Emma, and fell asleep. One morning, I got an idea. I thought, maybe I can work from home. Just a few hours a day. Something small. When Emma took her afternoon nap, I opened the laptop. I looked online for part-time jobs. Most jobs needed special skills, but I kept looking. After a few days, I found some simple tasks, writing short texts, checking documents, answering emails. I applied to 3 small jobs. One of them said yes. They wanted me to write short stories for children. I was excited. I wrote when Emma slept. Sometimes at night, sometimes in the early morning. The pay was small, but it was something. It made me feel useful again. I told Daniel, I found a small job. He smiled and kissed my forehead. I'm proud of you. That weekend, his parents came again. They played with Emma while I rested. I closed my eyes for 20 minutes. It felt like gold, but I still thought about my mother every day. One afternoon, my phone rang. It was her. Hello, Anna, she said. How are you? I wanted to say, I'm tired. I need your help. But I didn't. I'm fine, I said. She said, I went to the park today. I met some new people. I joined a walking group. It's nice. I listened. My hands felt cold. I wanted to say, you have time for walks, but not for me. But I stayed quiet. After the call, I cried a little. Emma looked at me and smiled. I picked her up and kissed her. You're my little sunshine, I whispered. Later that night, Daniel said, I will try to find a better job. Maybe one with more money. Do you think it's possible? I asked. I'll try, he said. Even if I work longer hours, at least we can feel less worried. We made a plan. He would look for a better job. I would take care of Emma and keep writing part-time. His parents would help on weekends. It was not perfect, but it was better than nothing. Days passed. Then weeks. Emma started standing with support. She clapped when she saw cartoons. She said "Mama" for the first time. I cried. It was the happiest sound I ever heard. Daniel found a better job. The pay was more, but he had to leave earlier and come home later. I missed him more, but I understood. I worked late at night. I cleaned and cooked during the day. I played with Emma and sang songs to her. My back hurt sometimes. My eyes felt heavy, but I kept going. One sunny afternoon, the doorbell rang. It was my mom. She was wearing a new dress. Her hair looked different. "Hi, dear," she said. I was surprised. "Hi, Mom. Come in." She looked at Emma and smiled. "She's growing so fast." "Yes," I said. "She's walking now." "She looks happy," my mom said. I made tea and we sat at the table. Emma sat on the floor with her toys. My mom looked at me. "Anna, I know you were upset. I know I made things hard for you." I stayed quiet. She said, "I didn't think it would be so hard. I wanted to help, but I also wanted time for myself. I didn't know you would feel so alone." I looked down. "I understand, Mom, but it hurt. We trusted your promise." "I know," she said. "I made a mistake. I'm sorry." I felt tears in my eyes. "It was really hard," I whispered. "I can't come every day," she said. "But maybe I can help 1 or 2 days a week. You can rest or work, whatever you need." I felt a warm feeling in my chest. That would help so much. She reached out and held my hand. "I love you, Anna. And I love Emma too." I smiled. "I love you too, Mom." Emma looked up and laughed. We both looked at her and laughed with her. Maybe things were not perfect, but they were getting better. After that day, my mom started visiting us twice a week. On Tuesdays and Fridays, she came in the morning and stayed until the afternoon. She played with Emma, fed her lunch, and sang her songs. Sometimes she brought toys or soft clothes for Emma. My daughter loved her time with Grandma. Those 2 days felt like a gift to me. I used that time to write more for my small job. I also took short naps, cleaned the house, or sat in the garden with tea. For the first time in months, I felt a little free. One afternoon, while Emma was sleeping, I sat with my mom in the kitchen. She said, "You are doing a great job, Anna. I didn't understand it before. Taking care of a baby is very hard." I looked at her. "Yes, Mom. It's the hardest thing I've ever done." She smiled softly. "I was tired before, but maybe I didn't want to face the work again. Now I see how much you needed help." I felt a little sad and happy at the same time. "I'm just glad you're here now," I said. She reached across the table and squeezed my hand. "I'll try to be here when I can." Things were still not easy. Daniel's new job gave us more money, but we saw him less. He left the house when the sky was still dark and came back when Emma was almost asleep. Some nights he walked in with tired eyes and heavy steps. But when he saw Emma's little hands reaching up to him, he smiled every time. He picked her up, kissed her cheek, and said, "I missed you today, little star." We still didn't talk much at night. We were both too tired, but we started writing short notes to each other. I would leave one by the coffee machine. "I'm proud of you." He would leave one near my laptop. "You're doing great." It helped. Even small words can carry a lot of love. Emma kept growing. She started walking alone. She tried to speak more. She said Dada, Mama, milk, and ball. Each new word felt like magic. Every time she learned something new, I forgot how tired I was. One Sunday, we all went to the park. Me, Daniel, Emma, and my mom. Emma ran around on the grass. She laughed when she saw a dog. She clapped her hands when the wind moved the leaves. Daniel took pictures, and my mom helped Emma pick small flowers. I sat on the bench and looked at them. My family. Not perfect. Not easy, but full of love. Later, when we came home, Daniel and I sat at the table. Emma was asleep in her room. He said, "We've come a long way." "Yes," I said. "We were so lost at the start." He looked at me. "Do you still feel angry at your mom?" I thought for a moment. "A little," I said, "but also no. She came back. She helps now. That means something." He nodded. "You are strong, Anna. You never gave up." I smiled. We didn't give up. We did this together. I also thought about what I had learned. Life is not always what we plan. People can change. Promises can break. But new paths can open too. I had felt hurt, tired, and lost. But I also found strength I didn't know I had. Sometimes I still get tired. Sometimes Emma wakes up at night. Sometimes I feel sad when I don't get time for myself. But then she smiles at me, and I feel like I can keep going. Now I wake up early and play music while making breakfast. Emma dances around with her little steps. I write small stories in the afternoon. My mom helps twice a week. On weekends, Daniel's parents come and take Emma to the park. Daniel works hard but comes home with little gifts for Emma. A book, a toy, a flower. He says, "She is our light." One evening, my mom stayed for dinner. After we ate, she sat with Emma and showed her a picture book. Daniel said to me, "You look happy tonight." I looked at him and said, "I am. I think we're doing okay." He smiled. "We're learning every day." I whispered, "Yes, and we are not alone anymore." Before going to sleep that night, I stood by Emma's bed and watched her sleep. Her small hands held her toy bunny. Her mouth was slightly open. I kissed her forehead and whispered, You are my joy. Then I went to bed, closed my eyes, and felt peace. I had learned something important. Life is not always easy. People can change their minds. Plans can fall apart. But love can grow again. Families can heal. And strength comes when we keep trying, even on hard days. We were not a perfect family, but we were a real one. And that was enough. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. More emotional and inspiring stories are coming soon.